Every Monday, each student comes up with a question he or she is curious about. It should be related to one of their core subjects.
The most important thing about your question is that you actually want to know the answer.
They spend the week doing research or experimentation, and
it's like consistent as if it really is a language.
And on Friday, they each give a formal presentation to share what they've learned.
If the question is yours, the answer is going to feel great when you obtain it.
Like scientists say, it's undeniable that this was a battery.
My goal every presentation is to be as engaging as possible and make my care for my subject as infectious as possible. Try to make
my personal and professional investment in these opportunities is to create a school and a way of educating young people that allows them to be completely invested and to stop trying to move every kind of human being through the same gate.
And the things like you're describing.
When the independent project was first proposed, it was met with a lot of resistance from some of the teachers who felt there were too many unanswered questions.
What's the role of the teacher? Who decides what's good work? Who decides what earns credit and merits a diploma from this high school?
The project did find strong support from the guidance counselor and a few teachers who became advisors. So Principal Young agreed to pilot it not once, but twice. This is the second pilot.
It's a pretty good risk to take on a student to allow them an opportunity for this sort of independent freedom and thinking, because it can't really fail. Are there different skating positions that you do when you're boarding?
There's different.
I can't tell you how much time that the questions give me thinking, and then I go and try to learn or refresh. Everyone has gained and will gain something positive.
It's called the independent project, but I don't think it could be any more dependent on a number of things. This program is really dependent on people working together. It's dependent on people pushing each other, giving constructive criticism, giving support, giving praise. It's dependent on people using resources and finding those resources. It's dependent on being creative. It's dependent on learning how to ask a question.
I think the more options we have in our schools, the more students we will help develop into the kind of citizens that we need. And that it's okay for you to need a little bit of a different approach from mine.
The power of a young mind is pretty impressive. One, they're so resilient. Two, they're extremely creative. Three, they're fearless. They'll try anything. So the qualities that I feel many teenagers have go very well with a program, which would make sense. It was developed by a teenager.